Hey everyone, hey all my travel CNAs, welcome back to my channel. So Single Mama 618, before I start, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. At least subscribe so you guys can see my videos and stuff. I don't get a chance to make videos as often as I would like to, but I got a little free time. It's quiet in this house, so now I can make a video. So I came on here because I'm going to talk about my CNA and my CMT bag. And then I was talking to me and my friends, a couple of them, some other travel CNAs and CMTs. We have a group that we're in and we all talk, and we're all just kind of friends, but we talk about work, we talk about personal stuff, we talk about just life. We all have kids and this and that. And so we just kind of talk inside the group. So we were talking about, the whole like coronavirus stuff and everything that's going on. And if you guys seen in my last video, I was talking about, not missing out on any money because of the whole coronavirus thing. Well, I'm going to actually talk to you guys about that because I actually got the opportunity to go on a coronavirus assignment and I did not take it. And I'm going to explain why I did not take it and just kind of like my whole thought process about it. So I'll get to that in a minute. But first I'm going to talk to you guys about my CMT bag, because in the group we were talking about, like I said, the whole coronavirus thing. And a friend of mine had made a comment. She was just like, she had made a comment. I'm trying to think, how did it go? The whole conversation. I can't really remember. We were basically talking about like how some of these facilities do not have like supplies. As we all know, when you're agency, you go inside so many different nursing homes. Even if you're not agency, you may work at a nursing home where they don't have that much supplies and stuff. While I'm talking to you guys, I'm going to be drinking my celery juice. Remember, I'm trying to get healthy and I've lost 8 pounds. I'll talk about that too in a minute. But I'm going to be sipping on my celery juice till I'm talking to you guys. And so anyway, so you go to different nursing homes. If you're a travel CNA, if you work as staff somewhere, your facility may not have the supplies that you need, and you're just really annoyed and this and that. So I'm mainly going to talk about travel CNAs that go to different facilities. Okay, so we were talking, and she was saying how there was not, supplies here, there's not supplies there. Me, one thing I've learned about being a travel CNA, as we all know, the money is pretty good. Okay, so me, I'm a full-time travel CNA. I do not have another job anywhere. I'm not on staff anywhere. I do not even have a PRN job anywhere. I am full-time agency. So one thing I had to learn about being full-time agency is you have to really, I couldn't figure out what the word I was looking for in another one of my videos, but the word I was looking for was you have to really secure your hustle. If this is something that you want to do, you need to make sure that you are truly securing your hustle. So for me, I was talking to her, she was like, yeah, I was telling her about me, and how I buy like different supplies and stuff. And I'm going to actually show you guys my CMT bag and everything and stuff, and how I buy my own supplies and everything. So, and it's not necessarily for the facility, but that's what we're going to talk about. So she was like, you shouldn't have to do that. And then I was inside of another Facebook group and we were talking about it, and they were telling me how I shouldn't have to do that either. They said it's cool, but you shouldn't have to do it. No, I should not have to do it. I don't have to do anything. You know what I mean? When you pick up as agency, that means that they need you. Okay. That means that there's a problem in the facility. There's a lack in the facility as far as staffing or whatever the case may be and stuff. So for me, a lot of times when you go to facilities that need agency, I hate to say it, you're pretty much going to facilities that are not really up to par. You may go to a facility that's, top notch, all the millionaires, work there, whatever, or live there. But chances are you're going to a facility that's just not that great. Not saying that it's bad, but it's not up to par 1000%. No offense to anybody or whatever. So you have to keep that in mind also, because if this was 100% good place, they probably wouldn't need agency, because, when you have quality products, when you have quality I'm trying to think, supplies, just everything, you pretty much can keep that staff, especially if you're paying pretty well too. So for me, I had to learn that, like going to different facilities, and you go to facilities, and let's say you're working a night shift. I'm going to use night shift because that's the kind of the main one. You're working night shift, and there's some facilities do not have a laundry aide on staff. So you better hope that whoever was working evening shift stocked the laundry up for night shift so you can be able to do your job and stuff. So for me, what I did was I would go to different facilities. I was working night shift last year, like crazy, like a lot and stuff. I don't do it as much and stuff because I'm tired. I think since I turned 32, I'm getting tired. Whatever. But and so I would go to these different facilities and I was noticed that they don't have any linens, they don't have any washcloths. There was one time where me and another coworker had to wash washcloths ourselves. We had to go through the soil utility and put them inside the washing machine or so we could have linen, to do our to clean our residence or whatever the case may be. When you work day shift, let's say you're working day shift is nonstop going. You will frustrate yourself so much if you do not have linen or you do not have towels to give a shower or whatever the case may be. So it became easier for me to secure my own hustle. And I'm gonna tell you guys how. I have talked to so many like CNAs who say I'm not going there because they don't have washcloths. I'm not going there because they don't have this, they don't have that, whatever the case may be. And I understand it. I do. I really do. Especially, like I said, going back, I'm a day shift girl. So whenever you work day shift, like I said, it will slow you down. If you got a resident, let's say that soiled themselves, you got a resident that has to take a shower, and after you get done giving that shower, you got to go get another one. Then call lights are going off. You do not want to be slowed down by, not having the proper supplies or so. So one thing I'm gonna tell you to do is, and this is totally up to you guys, this is just what I do, secure your hustle. And what I mean by that is, let's just remember, I'm talking mainly to the travel CNAs here, but anybody can watch this video, obviously. But understand, when you're a travel CNA, you make really good money. We all know that. It's no secret. We all know that. We don't need to go throwing numbers out, but we know that we make pretty good. What we make, like I told you guys in my last video, I believe it was, the CNA makes what the LPN makes. And sometimes you're making what the RN makes. You know what I'm saying? So it just all depends. But the CNA travel agency salary is between CNA and LPN. You know what I'm saying? I do work for some companies where I am hitting on that CNA, LPN, RN pay, but my pay kind of pretty much stays between CNA and LPN status and stuff. So, and so for me, I'm not going to miss out on any money. I'm not, because at the end of the day, some money's better than no money. So, and I still have bills. My landlord does not care. I don't know about y'all, but my landlord does not care if I'm making $8 an hour or he don't care if I'm making $80 an hour, as long as I have his rent. Okay. So the best thing I can tell you guys is secure your hustle. Do not say where you're not going to go. Go to every place. Get on, like I told you guys, there's a lot of agencies out there. Get on with different agencies and whatnot. And if you go to a place and they don't have, I remember I went to a place one time and they did not have bed pads. Well, I'm going to tell you guys something. There is no requirement for no long-term care facility, assisted living facility, or whatever to have bed pads. That is a privilege. You are CNA, so you're taught how to make an occupied bed. You're taught how to make an unoccupied bed. You are the CNA. You're taught how to, to put somebody on the bedpan and stuff. You're taught how to clean up accidents. There is no legal documentation anywhere it says that a facility has to have bed pads. So I went to, and if there is, let me know, show me, put it in the comments. So I went to a facility one time, and I was so used to going to facilities that had bed pads or had the paper chucks or whatever the case may be. When I went to this facility, all they had was the regular flat sheet, and they had a draw pull sheet, and the residents had the mesh underwear and these pads. They had those big pads. Like if anybody in here has kids, like when you have a baby or whatever, after you have that baby, they give you that really big Kotex looking thing or whatever. So that's what they use. And so they're basically called liners. So when a resident has an accident, let's pray it's not a blowout, because why, they're going to soil your whole bed. So when I went, I was just like, oh my God, like I can't do this. This is stressful. If my resident has a blowout, because I don't think they did, if I can remember, and stuff. If they have a blowout, I'm going to have to be changing this whole bed. I don't have time for this, even though I know how to do it, even though I know that's in my job description to do my job, whatever the case may be, but if I can save some time. So what I did was to secure my hustle, because I'm not going to stop going to a facility because of what they lack. Okay, so this is what I did. I'm going to show you guys in a picture. It's right here. Well, it's not a picture, I guess. These right here are, can anybody see? These right here are puppy pads. They're puppy pads. And so I went to Chewy.com, and they are $11.25, I guess, for 100 count. And I literally stick them inside of my bag right here. This is my bag. Y'all see it? It's cute. I got to personalize at 24hour.com. I can't remember, but it just says Relia Love CMT or so. And so I just grab me probably about, I don't know, maybe about 15 of these, stick them inside of my bag and stuff, and I take them from my resident. If you go to a facility often, you will learn which one of your residents is a heavy wetter. You will learn which one of your residents, okay, I can just keep it depend on them. You will, and this is, I'm talking about when they're in bed. Some facilities allow you to put, depends on residents why they're inside a bed. Some will not. You just need to figure out that hospitals, hospital or nursing home or wherever you go, their policy on what they're thinking about depends on the bed. A lot of facilities that I go to, they don't pretty much mind if you have a depend on a bed. But if you go to a facility that does not allow it, it is okay to have a liner up under them. And so because their bottoms are still out, and pretty much the bottoms are still out. They're still being aired out and this and that. They're not sitting in urine. They're not sitting in feces or laying in feces and stuff while you're doing checking changes and going about your day, whatever. So anyway, so I have bought these paper chucks, and they have been amazing. They really are. They are like, I put them up under my resident, and a lot of times, I'm gonna show you guys something, even though you guys can kind of see they're pretty long. What I do is I take the paper chuck and I roll it like this, and I put it up under my resident's bottom. So that way, if I have a resident that goes to the bathroom a lot or is a heavy wetter and stuff, they're wetting up all of this, they're wetting up all of this and all of this, versus just like this, and it's going to ruin my whole bed and stuff. Because a lot of times when you lay your resident on the bed pad, their bottom is on this top half, and so that means that their urine is going to catch between here and on down. But if you lay them diamond shape, a lot of times their bottom lays here. And so if you put it in the coccyx area here, and the bottom here, and they have all of this and stuff to urine on, or number two, whatever they're going to do and stuff. And that saves your whole bed. Again, these are, I believe, I don't know, the pack is in my car. I keep them inside my car so I don't forget them. These are puppy pads, but they're really thick. Not really thick, but they're pretty thick though. But if you're changing your resident every 2 hours, whatever your facility does and stuff, if you're changing them on the regular, there's no reason why your whole bed should be soaked at all, unless you just have a resident laying in bed and you have not went and changed them and they soak through this. If they soak through this is a problem. And I'm going to tell you guys something about that. If they soak through this, you have some DONs, you have some nurses who's going to go behind you and check your work. You just have some, especially when you're agency, they know how much we make. They don't like it. Like I told you guys, when you're agency, understand that we need you, but we don't like you, because we know we're paying you probably what our LPN and what our RNs are making. So, and it sucks because, CNA work is well deserved and stuff, and we should be making that, but we don't. But when you work agency, you do. And so, like I said, so you may have that DON, that nurse, that charge nurse, that floor nurse, and you may even have some of them staff CNAs looking at your work because they know how much you make too. I'm not saying it's all about money, but we live in America. That's just what it is. Wherever you guys live, just know that that's what it's about. So you may have some people who's going to check behind your work and stuff to make sure that you're doing what you need to be doing. So when I tell you this, if you put this up under your people, just make sure you're checking your residents and stuff. Make sure so they can't go back and be like, hey, we don't even allow depends on our resident. You know what I'm saying? And you know, the resident has soiled through this. The whole bed is a mess. You know what I mean? So if you're going to secure your hustle, just make sure you also protect your hustle as well. So this is one. The other thing that I also have too is in my car. I don't think I have none. No, I don't have none in here. I also buy wipes. Also, I buy adult wipes. You can get those on Walmart. You go to Walmart or you go to walmart.com and you get a case of 144, 3 packs of 48. 48 times 3 is 144 count. You can get a pack of 48 count wipes and some adult wipes and stuff, and I love them. And I'm gonna go back to the whole, like, there's no washcloth, there's, you know, whatever. I don't care if you work days, evening, nights and stuff, but the two shifts that pretty much bump heads is your nights and your days. They all blame it on each other, you know what I mean? So it's better for you to, when you go to these facilities, I'm not saying you have to do it for everybody. Get you some wipes if you want to. Get some wipes, put them inside your, you know, nurse's bag, whatever, CNA bag, whatever you do. And so put them inside of your bag or whatever. So your resident has an accident, you're not running back and forth to the linen room. There's one towel in there. There's one big one big towel, so you got to wet this end, dry with the other end, which is fine. That's some of the tricks that we do as CNAs and stuff, though. But it's easier if you got a resident who had a big bowel movement. Sometimes it is easier to get those wipes, wipe, throw it away, rather than wipe. Some, you know, facilities, they don't want you to throw stuff away, but if it's too soiled and nasty, I will throw it away, no joke. But to keep from, you know, somebody, hey, I saw a wash rag inside the trash can, or, you know, you got some haters out there, even when it comes to housekeeping. They will too. Some of them old housekeeping ladies or whatever, talking about, you know, I got this bag off of 100 haul and this and that. Let's just be realistic and stuff. And I know she working 100 haul. Did she throw that away? And you got somebody coming down questioning just stuff you don't have time for. You know, stuff that'll upset you, stuff that'll have you like, I'm not coming back here. They're questioning me about a nasty poopy rag. I'm not going to come back here. So then that means you're going to miss out on your money. You get what I'm saying? Do what you need to do to make your job easier. It sucks that we go to these facilities and that is something that we have to do. But like I was telling my friend too, I don't have to do anything. I can go in there and roll with the punches. You got one washcloth? Okay, that's all I'm going to use then. You know what I mean? But because of my work ethic, the type of person that I am, I'm not rolling like that at all. I'm going to do what I need to do to protect my hustle and me as a person. You know what I'm saying? If I was one of these, you know, elderly people or whatever the case may be, I would hope that somebody would care enough about me, or at least my family member and stuff, to, you know, make sure they get cleaned up and this and that. And that's how I was telling her. I don't have to do any of the things that I do. I choose to do it to make my job easier. Yeah, don't get me wrong, you know, it is about character and all this other stuff, but at the same time, I'm here to work. You know, they say when you're in this field, you can get close to people. Don't get too close to them to the point where it becomes too personal. You need to keep it professional. So yes, I buy wipes. Yes, I buy puppy pads, because I'm not going to stress myself out, because at the end of the day, I still have a family to go home to. I still have a child that I have to take care of. And if I've been at work all day running around, I'm tired, I'm stressed out, there was no towels, there was, you know, no this, there was no that, and this and that, to the point where I don't even want to be bothered by my kid. Don't say nothing to me. I'm tired. I don't want to be bothered. So to the point, you don't need that. You know what I mean? And stuff. Do whatever you can to make your job easier. So another thing that I also buy too is this right here. So you guys, this right here, this is the men body wash. I guess the women's body wash is in my car. This right here is some body sprays. And this is some women's body spray. Okay, if you guys look at this, a lot of people would be like, oh, why do you buy all that stuff and this and that? I'm gonna tell you guys why I buy it. Because let me tell you guys something when it comes to that too. When you're agency, try to go to facilities more than one time. Do not take your soap in a facility. If it's your first day at a facility and you go in that facility and you're washing your guys up, because this is men, so I'm gonna use them. You're going there and you wash your guy up with some Power Stick 2-in-1 cool blue water body wash. You don't know this man at all. You don't know if he has any allergies. You don't know if he has any skin tears. You don't know if he has any wounds. So do not go in there using your stuff until you learn the facility. A lot of the facilities that I go to, I've been there 1,000 times. So I know who has what. I'm comfortable with walking up in there. Hey girl, how you doing? I just come to read the chart. Here, read Joe Schmo's chart and stuff to see what he's allergic to and this and that and stuff. I'm trying to think, so try to go to facilities more than once and stuff, before you start using their stuff. When it comes to perfume and everything, you have a lot of people, especially with older people and stuff, their skin breaks down, their skin is thin, they're easy to get skin tears. So what I do is, after I give my showers and stuff, what I do is I may spray it on their clothes. Do not spray this directly on their skin. You know what I mean? Just to keep the smell going and stuff. I'm trying to think, a lot of my reason for doing that too is because, and I'm just going to be blunt with you. Have you guys ever took a resident to the bathroom? Let's say this resident can stand and pivot. You take that resident to the bathroom, you pull their pants down, and it smells like cheese and butt. It stinks. It's horrible. So for me, I don't mind buying, body spray, little cute lotions and this and that for my set, not for the facility. That's another thing. For my set and stuff, a lot of times you probably got 10, 12, 7 to 12. We'll go from there. You got 7 to 12 residents or whatever and stuff. So I don't mind buying puppy pads, because why? They're not for my set and the girl next to me and her set and the girl next to her and the boy next to him, and it's not for them. It's for me and my set, so I can do what I have to do. The best thing, as people say, there's a saying that we use here. I don't know where everybody else is at, but there's a saying that we use. It's called CYA. It means cover your A. So I'm going to do what I need to do. This is my money. I purchased these. I actually got these on an auto ship. I'll put that in the comments below if you want to start an auto ship. So I get 100 count of these every month and stuff though. But it's just one of the type of things where I'm doing what I need to do to secure my job. I'm doing what I need to do to take the stress off of my back and stuff. When I take a resident to the bathroom going back, I don't want to smell butt every single time. So I'm going to make sure that I'm going to wash my resident up. And then a lot of the times they're human. You know what I mean? I mean, they're not a lot of times they are human, whatever. But they like to smell good, like when you go to these nursing homes, they got all that manufactured soap that, it smells good in the bottle, but once you get it out the bottle, you can't even smell anything. It's the only person that knows they're clean is you, know what I mean? Because you showered them and stuff, and they don't have greasy hair, if you wash their hair, whatever the case may be. So for me, I like to get my residents all dolled up and smelling good and stuff. And so, like I said, you don't have to do it. This is just my preference and what I do. And then another thing that you guys need to know is, too, the amount of money that you're making that day. I don't know you guys' bills. I'm not counting nobody's coins. I'm not counting anybody's whatever and stuff, though. You're making enough money. Like I told you guys, the dollar store, Dollar Tree, let me not say dollar store. I bought all of this stuff. Here, I got the women's one in my car. And I got some air freshener. I'll explain that in a minute too. All this stuff came from the dollar store. So what is this? This is 4, 5, 12. I got a lot of these. 6. I got $6 worth of stuff. And I'm probably getting ready to be making 200 plus more that day. You get what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, don't miss out on any money if you can make your job easier, because you're like, I don't want to go and buy, this and that. So if you don't want to do it, don't do it. But I'm going to tell you, you're probably going to struggle throughout your whole day. I mean, you just better hope that facility's laundry aid, they got what you need and stuff. I went to a facility. Let me tell you guys something. I went to a facility. It's funny. And the facility I went to was kind of in not such a great area. And it was so bad to the point where they locked up the trash bags. So I was there a while ago, and I was here a while ago, and I had asked the housekeeping person. I was like, that was working on my hall. I said, "Hey, do you have a big trash bag so I could put all my?" I was, just had got all my people up. I was straightening all my rooms. I was trying to get all my trash inside of I was trying to get all my trash, together, put it in one big bag, try to get all my linens together, put it in one big bag. So all I had to do was take it on down, throw it away, whatever. So rather than the whole bag for thing. She said, "I don't have any big bags. All I got is small bags." I said, "Oh, okay." She said, "You got to ask the housekeeping supervisor for that." I was like, "Oh, okay." Well, I just brushed it off. I was kind of new coming to this facility and stuff. So I went down to the housekeeping supervisor office, but she wasn't in there. So I asked this other housekeeper, I was like, "Hey, do you have a big bag?" I was like, "Maybe she's out of the bags." The first one I had asked. So I asked the second one. I was like, "Do you have a trash bag?" She said, "No, we don't keep them. They don't give them to us." And I later on found out it was because, come to find out, staff and I guess people was stealing trash bags. Crazy. So when I finally met with the housekeeping supervisor, she gave me one bag. That was it. No, maybe it was two, but I want to say it was one. I don't know. But she gave me one bag, and yeah, it was one bag for my trash, and she told me that I could get a linen barrel out the what do you call it? Out the soil utility room or whatever and stuff. So she gave me one bag and stuff, and I was just like, "Oh, okay, well, thank you." And so what I did was also, I didn't like that. I don't know why. I did not like that. So what I did was I went to the dollar store again, and this is what I bought. Trash bags. Little trash bags to put my Depends in. When you take a resident to the bathroom and stuff, you know what I'm saying? It's one thing to be getting all your linens and your trash together the first part of the day, but throughout the day you're taking that resident to the bathroom, you taking that soil Depend off, you changing them, whatever case may be. You just want a quick bag that you can keep inside a lot of scrubs have side pockets or whatever, your scrub top. Pull your bags out, put that Depend in, throw it away and be done. But no, at this facility, they didn't want to give us little bags or the big bags, so you would have been transporting this soil Depend, which is gross, back and forth, back and forth. It was just crazy. So I said, "No, not doing that." I went to the dollar store and I got me 2 rolls of bags right here. And so, you know what I mean? So do I have to do it? No, I don't. But I mean, unless I'm wearing my Fitbit that day and I'm trying to get my steps in, I'm not doing a whole lot of back and forth, back and forth. I'm just not going to do it, So you have to really secure your hustle and do what you need to do for you. I bought air freshener for my room so they don't smell. That's all. Just spray a little bit, not a whole lot. Like I told you guys, I'm a CMT, so like I passed meds and stuff. So I went and I had bought this right here. This is a blood pressure cuff. It will come on. I hope the batteries aren't dead in this thing. Oh, batteries fell out. I have to get it. Anyway, so I went and bought a manual blood pressure cuff. Why? Because when you're the CMT, you have a lot of times you have to do vitals because we do pass blood pressure pills and stuff. So some facilities I go to, you will be around there looking for thermometers. You may have the stethoscope, but you don't have a blood pressure cuff. You may have a pulse ox, but you don't even have a thermometer, whatever. It's always something that's going to throw you off, and you're just like, "Oh my God, I need to get these vitals so I can figure out what her blood pressure is. I can give her blood pressure pill, anything, you know what I mean? I need to figure out his oxygen so he can get his breathing treatment, something, you get what I'm saying and stuff." So what I did was I went out and I bought my own vital sign equipment. It's mine. It's only mine to use it, especially now since the coronavirus is going on. We have to take vitals every 4 hours and stuff. You have to take your temperature, full sets of vitals on your residents and document them. So I went out and I bought an electric one, and I also bought a regular manual one. I'm not going to pull this one out, but it's in here. I bought a regular, pump one and stuff, though, because some facilities do not allow the electric one because they say that they're not accurate. But It just all depends. The only way they're not accurate is if that resident, like when you got it on them, a lot of times they're supposed to have their hand flat or they're supposed to have it resting somewhere, because if they were to move or jerk, it can throw that off, that reading off or so. So that's why a lot of times a lot of facilities want you to have the actual pump manual kind. So I actually bought both, and then I also have, it's in here. This bag's a mess. Here it is right here. I also have my own pulse ox also. You know what I mean? So a lot of residents are on oxygen, so you need to know what their oxygen percentages and stuff, what liters of oxygen is. So I also have my own as well. So I don't need to go and borrow anybody's. I don't need to go from one end of the building to another end of the building looking for vital signs stuff, because I don't have time for that. Especially if you work day shift and you're passing morning pills, each resident probably gets 10 pills a piece, and you're going to have that resident who wants you every single day to read each and every pill that they get and what they take it for, who prescribed it, why do they have to take it, who agreed to this, you know what I mean? So you don't want something small to slow you down, because it will give you a headache, because 9 times out of 10, somebody's going to slow you down. So do what you have to do to protect your hustle and this and that. And just to make your job easier, I think. Also, what I did was, you guys don't have to do it, I chose it. I found out that at work, our charting system is online based and stuff. So what I did was, a lot of the charting is on the computer, is on the wall, I mean. So you're standing up there and you're charting and stuff, and you're like, oh God, I'm ready to go. Arms getting tired. I went out and I bought a stylus, so all I had to do was, when I'm charting and stuff. If you do not have a stylus, get one. But you're using your finger, you're hurting your finger. You're like, oh my God, I just want to go sit down. I just want to chart. I got to chart, and but I'm going to miss my lunch break. I just want to chill out for 30 minutes. I like to check on my kids, my husband, boyfriend, whatever you have, girlfriend. I just want to, you know what I mean? I just want my 30 minutes to myself, whatever the case may be, but I still need to get my work done. So I don't have time to stand up here and just chart. So what I did was, guys, I went out and I bought another laptop. This is just for work and stuff. There's nothing on it. Down at the bottom is our, I saved the tab for our online charting system for one of the facilities I go to. But when you go to a facility, ask them, hey, what charting system do you use? And is it online? Is it internet based, or whatever case may be, where I can sign on from my own computer? I can go to the break room and I can chart my ADLs, my functionalities. You got your list of vitals. You can document your vitals in. Charting vitals, ooh, that takes all day and stuff. So that's another tip if you want to. I got mine. It's not a brand new one and stuff. I got it for like $60 off of Facebook. No, 80. Or was it 60? I don't know. Either one. Off of Facebook yard sale and stuff. I just need it for work. There's no big stuff going on and stuff like YouTube. I don't play games on here. It's just for work, and I stick it inside of my bag. I got a case for it and stuff. So when I go to lunch, I can chart while I'm at lunch. I can sit behind the nursing station. You're a CNA. You're part of the nursing staffing. You're allowed to sit behind the nursing station as well. Just don't get in the nurses area where they're going to be charting at and stuff, though. But you're allowed to sit down if there's some room. Especially when you work night shift, go get you a bedside table from a room that's empty or whatever and stuff. Bleach it down, sit down and do your charting and stuff. This is also has Bluetooth. I don't know if y'all can see it really. I don't know. But you can go to Walmart and get you a little $5 mouse, make it easier to chart with and stuff. So I do what I have to do to make my job easier for me. So I just wanted to come on here and share with you guys how you can make you guys this job easier. And I just want to answer why I buy, some of my own supplies. I don't buy Depends. I ain't gonna ever buy Depends and stuff. If I'm gonna buy Depends, I might as well have another kid and stuff and buy diapers. That's too expensive. So I just want to come here and share with you guys some little tips and tricks about little things that you guys can do to make your job easier. I'll put the link in the description where I got these from. Again, I'll just tell you guys I got them from Chewy.com, and they're just puppy pads or whatever, puppy liners or something like that, and you get a case of 100 and just use them for your end, really small. Look at that. really small, just like that. And so, and now you just put them up under your resident. Change your resident if they're not allowed to have if they're not allowed to have depends on. This is good, and then throw it away. Put in your trash bag and keep it moving. You know what I mean? So, all right. Well, you guys have a happy Sunday. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm still drinking on my celery juice. It's not all that great. I put apple inside of it. I've lost about 8 pounds so far. My goal is to lose about 25 and stuff, and I think I'll feel better and stuff. So yeah, so I've been drinking my skinny brew coffee, but I'll talk to you guys more about that at another time. All right, you guys have a good day. Happy Sunday.